Guten Tag und willkommen to A Fish on the Dry. I'm Wright Seneres. Today on the show, it's mi Casa, Hause. I'll begin with a blanket statement. Then in part 2, I'll show you around our apartment. In part 3, I'll take you for a walk around our village. And as always, I'll add a little mustard on top of the whole thing. Part 1, blanket statement. When we first arrived at our Airbnb, instead of comforters, we were greeted by these blankets that had the equivalent of their own pillowcases. Cases for pillows and cases for blankets. Essentially, they're sized for one person, not a couple. I haven't found any double or queen or king size comforters as we knew them in the States at any stores I visited. When we had to buy our own bedding for our new place, I spent almost an hour at the store, wandering among the various blanket options and the options for the blanket cases. And at the end of that almost hour, I found it. It was more than just something to keep one of us warm at night. It was yet more evidence that I married the right person. And like the great philosopher John Witherspoon said, you got to coordinate. I got the matching AC/DC logo blanket case for myself. Staying warm at night was never this cool. Part 2, our apartment. It took some time, but we have some furniture now. We're back in the high life again, as noted philosopher Steve Winwood wrote once. Here's Helvig 20. That's 20 to you. We live downstairs, and our landlord and landlady Peter and Anna live upstairs. Come on in. Here's our dining room, with the bar over here, and on the other side over here is our living room. Here's TV number 2. TV number 1 was a cheap TV that I gambled on, but it started to fuzz out on the second day we had it. It happened shortly after the special 4-angel episode of Dry Angle for Charlie. You mess with my Charlie's Angels, you and I have problems, okay? The next day I returned it and bought a non-cheap TV. We had been using an overturned cardboard box as a coffee table until we bought something permanent, but one day our landlord Peter brought us this great couch tish that he had in the garage. Peter is awesome. Here's Alice's relaxed zezel and cross-stitch base of operations. This sofa also conveniently folds down into a guest bed. And the piece de resistance is this fireplace. Back behind the bar is the only closet in the whole place, which is specially built to be cellar temperature, so we keep the butter and eggs here and not in the refrigerator, like good Europeans. Over here is the kitchen, which you've seen before if you've been following along that saga. And here's that overturned box, now in the roll as cooking prep table, until we get something permanent. Here's our bedroom, with that awesome bedding. We didn't originally have this big dresser thing, a Kleiderschrank, but Peter and his son-in-law brought it over one day so we could use it. Like I said, Peter is awesome. Through this door is the cellar to the main house, where the washer and dryer is. I'll talk about the laundry in a future episode. This apartment was an actual mother-in-law apartment, hence the walk-in shower for Anna's elderly mother. Sadly, the elderly mother passed, which is how we came into the picture. And here is Fish on the Dry Central Command, which is also the guest room. Ample room for you to stay over, so come visit us. Part 3, our village. Welcome to A-Town, our village within Stadt Lichtenau. We really like it here. There is much more commerce in this village as compared to Grunsteinheim, like this nursery, this grocery store, this restaurant, these banks, this bakery, this pharmacy, this butcher, and these bus stops. And still plenty of agriculture and farm animals, which is always fun. Grunsteinheim is closer to Paderborn than Ataln, but Ataln has more frequent bus service. This includes a Sunday schedule, which is nice to have when you don't have a car. Ataln has been inhabited for the last 5,000 years, first by Germanic tribes, and now by us too. In 897, some church records from Paderborn mention Ataln by name for the first time, so the locals consider that year one. Here's a monument from the 1100-year anniversary in 1997. It also has a plaque commemorating the last victim of a witch hunt, a 15-year-old girl who was innocent but put to death in 1750. Our village also has this great church, St. Achatus. Achatius? Achatias? Achatias? Achachius? Achatus? There's a shortage of priests in the area, so some other villages rotate who has Sunday Mass when. But our church has Mass every Sunday, so that's a plus. The church was built in 1712, so it's either quite young or quite old, depending on when you start counting, but the community does a great job keeping it going. Here's the Sportsplatz, which is a big recreational area with all sorts of stuff to do, like soccer, tennis, hiking, biking, swimming, and so on. The local football club, SV Ataln 21, plays here. We've taken some short hikes of some steep hills overlooking the Sportsplatz too. Now for a little mustard. 2 Sundays ago we ventured into town to try the Schwimmoper, the local pool and sauna for some relaxation. Lots of different sauna and steam rooms, foot baths, a plunge pool, a cafe with beer, all very therapeutic. I was a poached fish in the dry by the end. Oh, but this was a European sauna, so of the 3 possibilities, guess which one it was? A. Bathing suit required. B. Bathing suit optional. C. Bathing suit verboten. If you pick C, then you know your European saunas. We thought it was A, and it took us by surprise. After a moment of panic, we consulted with the teachings of Steve Winwood, and we rolled with it. It turned out to be a good experience. All it cost was $15 and our American inhibitions. A Fish in the Dry is a Meteorite production. Sound and visual images by me, Wright Seneres, except where noted. This show is not affiliated with or sponsored by the Fulbright Commission, Universiteit Paderborn, or anyone else but me. For more information, you can go to our website, afishinthedry.com. Hey, let's social media sometime. I tweet and Instagram at DinoWright. Want to kick it old school? Send an email to afishinthedry@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.